Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you're able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started with the live implementation or live automation session. Just type S in the chat box if you're able to see my screen. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. So let's begin. So what we have automated so far, let's see. Let's go to the workspace. Let me launch Eclipse IDE to see in the last session what we have automated. Okay, let the Eclipse IDE launch, guys. Let the Eclipse IDE launch. The Eclipse IDE is launching. Okay, fine. The next thing here is, so we have automated the 18th test case, the last session. Did we complete? Guys, did we complete automating the 18th test case in the last session? Yes or no? So here we have verified each and everything, finally alignment of the things and also everything got automated here. So 18th test case got automated, guys. 18th one got automated. Let's go with the 19th one. Verify whether the leading and trailing spaces entered into the register account fields are trimmed. The next test case is we have to verify whether the leading and trailing spaces that are entered into the register account fields are trimmed. Before going there, what exactly are leading and trailing spaces we need to understand. For example, if you go here and type something like this, okay? You type Arun Muturi, okay? In this, do you see any leading and trailing spaces here? Guys, in this particular text, do you see any leading and trailing spaces in this particular text? There are no leading and trailing spaces. Okay, whatever the space that is there between the Arun and Moturi is not the leading and trailing space. Okay, for example, if I write something like this, space, then Arun, then space, my last name Moturi, and space, like this, for example. Okay, if it is something like this, okay, if this is something like this, there is some space before the text and there is some text space after the text. This area, these spaces are called as what spaces, guys? Leading spaces. What about this? These are called as trailing spaces. Okay, these are called as trailing spaces. These are leading spaces, these are trailing spaces. Understood, guys? Theoretically, everyone understand what exactly are leading and trailing spaces here? Okay, fine. So these are leading spaces, these are trailing spaces. Now, the next thing here is once you understand what are leading and trailing spaces, if I enter that leading spaces and trailing spaces into the register account fields, that is the text fields, they should get automatically trimmed. Okay, on creating the account, they should get automatically trimmed. Let's see whether they are getting trimmed or not. For that, we need to open the application URL in the browser. Okay, for that, I'll create a test case here. I'll go to the src test Java. Here, I'm going to create a new Java file. I'll just name this as tc underscore rf underscore 019. Finish and create a testng test method here. Verify, that is public void verify, public void verify with leading and trailing spaces. Okay, verify registering account using leading and trailing spaces. Okay, leading and trailing spaces you write down like this and provide at the rate test annotation on top of this method. Hold the mouse on this and say import this. Import this, guys. Once you import this, write down web driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Put a semicolon. Say Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then say driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, then say duration dot of seconds. Just give 3 seconds, let's say, and simply say driver dot get. Here provide the application page URL. So this application page URL, guys, I need to provide tutorialsninja.com/demo is application page URL. After going to the application page URL, I need to click on the my account drop menu, inspect this my account. Once I inspect this my account, select this and create an XPath expression. Double /span text function is equal to Okay, this is my account, right? Inspect that my account, copy this part, and here text function is equal to, give the text function whatever the text between the tags, and you see this my account option is getting located with this XPath expression. Copy that and write down driver.find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression which locates the my account drop menu and simply say dot click. So once I click on this my account, then we need to select the register option, inspect the register option. This is the link text between the anchor tags is there. Copy that and write down driver.find element by dot link text. Provide the link text locator and simply say dot click. Okay. Once I select this register option, you will be taken to the register account page. Once you are taken to the register account page, here a lot of fields are there like first name, last name, email, telephone, and all. If you go through the steps here, we need to click on my account drop menu. Then we have to select the register option. Then we have to enter the new account details into all the fields, that is first name, last name, email, telephone, password, password confirm, newsletter, and privacy policy field by adding leading and trailing spaces to the applicable fields, like into which fields we need to add the text with leading and trailing spaces: into the first name field, into the last name field, into the email field, into the telephone field, into the password and password confirm fields we need to enter. Let's see what will happen. Okay. And we need to click on the continue button. First name, last name, email, telephone, password, password confirm. So here I'll give something like space, Arun. Again, space. Okay. Here there are leading spaces, here trailing spaces. Okay. I want to do that. Inspect that. And here ID is there. Copy this ID and come back here and write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator and simply say dot send keys. And here into this, just enter this part. Okay. Like this. Okay. Five spaces before, for example, five spaces after. These are leading spaces, these are trailing spaces. Done. Next thing is I need to inspect the last name field and copy this ID locator here and simply write down driver.find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator. Simply say dot send keys. Here provide the trailing space. Space, and give my last name. Again, space. Okay. Copy this part and provide that here. Then inspect this email field. Input email, copy this, and here write down driver.find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the email field and simply say dot send keys. And here we need to enter the email address with some leading and trailing spaces again. Okay. Here into the email field also we need to enter the email address with leading and trailing spaces. But what is the email I need to enter? First of all, here I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces plus again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a trailing space. Here string email text is equal to, here in the common utils we can call this method which can auto generate the brand new email address for us. Common utilities dot generate brand new email. Put a semicolon here, copy this email text and paste it here. That's it. Okay. So some email will be entered here. So here for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I'll enter @com 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like this I have given the email. And into the telephone field, inspect the telephone field. Here is the ID of the telephone field. And we need to enter the leading and trailing space into the telephone field by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the field and say dot send keys. And here, double quotes, you give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trailing space. Here also do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and trailing space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say. Now inspect the password field. In the password field, the password can contain the spaces also, guys. Leading and trailing spaces are accepted by the password also. Okay. Here first name should trim, last name should trim, email should trim, telephone should trim, but password and password confirm don't need to trim. Okay. Password and password confirm don't have to trim. Space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space. Doesn't matter. Password can contain spaces also. Inspect this. Copy this. Copy this and write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the password field and simply say dot send keys. And here write down, I'll copy this and paste this. I don't know whether it will come or not. No. Space, 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 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space, 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 space. Leading and trailing spaces are there in the password field. Inspect this password confirm field. When I inspect this password confirm field, here we have the ID. Copy this ID, guys, and simply write down driver dot find element by dot driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the password confirm field and say dot send keys. And here again the same thing. I need to give the same part. I just need to copy paste here. Space, 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 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space, 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 space. Okay. Now I need to select the S radio button. Inspect this. And here name newsletter value 1 is there. Input tag is there. Double forward slash input at the rate. Name is equal to newsletter. Square bracket at the rate value is equal to 1. This will locate the S radio button. Copy this XPath expression which will locate the S radio button and simply write down driver.find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression of the S radio button and say dot click. Once I select this S radio button and then I need to select the checkbox field, inspect this. Okay, here name locator is there. Copy this name locator and simply write down driver.find element by dot name. Provide the name locator and say dot click here. This will select the privacy policy field. I then need to click on the continue button. Inspect this continue button. Value continue is there and I'll create an XPath expression at the rate value is equal to continue. Okay, this will locate the continue button. Copy this XPath expression which will locate the continue button. Driver.find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression which locates the continue button and simply say dot click. Okay, once I click on the continue button, you'll be taken to the register account page. Okay, and I just need to click on the continue button here also. Inspect this. Okay, here class and text between the tags. Control F double forward slash A at the rate class is equal to, give that class and text is equal to continue. Give that XPath expression which is locating the continue button on the account success page. Copy this and here write down driver.find element by dot XPath by dot XPath. Give the XPath expression and simply say dot click. Okay, so we are following these steps. The leading and trailing entered into the first name and email field should automatically get trimmed on successful account creation. Okay, how can we verify that the fields are getting successfully trimmed? For that, we need to click on the continue button, go to the account page. In that, we have to select the edit your account information option link. Inspect this. This is the link text. Copy this link text and simply write down driver dot find element by dot link text. Provide the link text locator and simply say dot click. This will select the link text locator. Edit your account information option will be clicked. Here you see, are the spaces got trimmed? In this first name field, all the spaces got trimmed. Tell me guys, what do you see? Did the
No,
spaces got trimmed here? No,
no, no,
right? Here no spaces. But do you think this is correct?
no.
No, they should get trimmed. This application has a defect. Okay. And here also spaces also should get trimmed for the last name. For the first name and last name field, spaces are not getting trimmed, which is a defect in the application. The test will fail definitely. Email address is working fine. You see spaces got leading and trailing spaces got trimmed in the email field. Okay. What about the telephone field? Spaces didn't get trimmed here also. So first name, last name and telephone field details are not getting trimmed. Password confirmed doesn't matter because password can contain spaces also as a password. Okay. We cannot take password into consideration, but these four field details should get trimmed, but only email field details are getting trimmed. First name, last name, telephone field details are not getting trimmed. So there's definitely a bug. Okay. So here what I will do here is I'll just write something like this. Okay. So this part I'll copy here. String first name. I'll say first name is equal to, give that. Okay. Control Z. Copy this with double quotes. Paste that here. And here, just enter the first name here. Enter the first name here. Similarly, copy this and say string last name is equal to, give that last name here and just copy this last name here which contains leading and trailing spaces and paste it here. Okay, once that is done, generate brand new email address. So here, I'll just copy this part. I'll just say place here itself. Okay, copy this. Here itself, I'll say place space and then email. I'll just directly give it here so that this email itself contains the spaces. Okay, email and then telephone string telephone is equal to give that, and here write down telephone. Just write down telephone here. Okay, password, you don't have to verify the password confirm, that's okay. But these things need to store into the variable because I can create the assertions here using them. Okay, the reason I created the variables is to verify this like this. Okay, assert equals here first name. What is the expected one? It should not be first name, it should be first name dot trim. Yes or no? Trim method in string class. Trim is one of the predefined methods of the string class, which will remove the leading and trailing spaces. Yes or no? We are using that concept. Okay. The expected first name that is retrieved from this first name field, should have the trimmed thing. If it has any leading and trailing spaces, it will not match and it will fail the test. Simple. Okay. Inspect this field and see what is there here. ID is there. Input first name is ID. And here write down driver dot find element by.id, provide the ID locator and say, where is the text, guys? In the value attribute, it is there. Dot get attribute, right? So this method got deprecated, guys. Okay, if I'm using the latest version of Selenium, okay, here if you are using the old version of Selenium, that's okay. But if you are using the latest version of Selenium, that is 4.27.0, if it is 26, no problem. If it is 27, this particular method in the Selenium WebDriver got deprecated now. Get attribute is no more. I mean, you can still use it, but you'll get a strike mark here. Okay. Strike mark kind of stuff, you'll get it here. Okay. So this particular method from Selenium WebDriver library got deprecated. Then what I have to use? Guys? Get DOM attribute you have to use, or DOM property we have to use. Which one will work? We have to see. Mostly I'm thinking the DOM attribute will work. Okay. Get DOM attribute. What is the attribute name? Value. Instead of get attribute, you have to now start using get DOM attribute. Clear, everyone? Okay. In the latest version of Selenium, instead of get attribute, the command got changed to, there are two commands that came. Instead of get attribute, Selenium people have deprecated the get attribute command and they have given you get DOM attribute and get DOM property. Two methods they have given. Okay. You can go to the website of Selenium WebDriver and find it out. Selenium.dev. If you can go to the blog, recent release happened. That is Selenium 4.27 got released. If you go there and if you go to the Java part, you see deprecated the method get attribute. Okay, this is a major change that happened in this version. If you click on this link, which contains the details of that change, you see they have deprecated the deprecated the get attribute method. Okay, they have deprecated the get attribute method and converted that into and have they are asking us to use this get attribute method got deprecated. Rather, you can use get DOM property and get DOM attribute. Okay. Okay. So these are the two methods we have to use. So return the attribute value or null if the value is not set. Fine. That's okay. Let's try to use DOM attribute. Either it will get null or, deprecated means outdated. Okay. Removed. They have removed it. And in place of that, they have introduced new commands. Okay. That is what is deprecated. For example, Windows 10. Windows 11 is there. What about Windows XP? Anyone using Windows XP anymore? No. For example, in this Windows machine, IE browser used to be there. Do you see any IE browser in the Windows 11 operating system? No. That was there in the older operating systems earlier. Now it got deprecated, stopped by the Microsoft company. Such kind of thing we call them as deprecated. Okay. Deprecated means outdated. No more in use. Okay. No more in use. New commands came. Since get attribute is gone, we have to use get DOM attribute. Let's see whether this works or not. And I'll print it out also, guys. I'll print it out. Instead of this, I'll just write like this. String, actual first name. Actual first name, what does it contain? Let's see. Actual first name is equal to, give that value, put a semicolon here, and actual first name you pass it here, and just compare that system.out.println, and also I'll use for the first time. Copy this and see whether it is working fine or not. I'll simply say driver.quit. Let's see what is happening. If get DOM attribute is not working, get DOM property we are going to use. Let's run this and see what is happening so far. Okay. Let's run the script, guys. Let's run the script to see what is happening here. You see, with leading and trailing spaces, the account got created and it went to the, the leading and trailing spaces are there. The script will pass or fail. Let's see. So the browser didn't close. Looks like the issue came. Expected Arun but found. Yeah, that is, this is fine, right? You see, it has retrieved Arun. Expected Arun. Okay, the expected trim is trimmed value. It is expecting a trimmed value. But what is coming? The in this get DOM attribute with leading and trailing spaces is coming, which is an issue, right? So this is working fine. Okay, this is working fine, guys. I don't have to print it out. I can simply straightforwardly use it. String actual last name is equal to. Now I'll try the next one. Driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the last name field here in the my account information options. Okay, but not this one. I'll just use the local browser instance here. Okay, inspect this part, and here also it has an ID. Input last name is ID here. Copy this part, paste it here. Okay, 1 minute. Let me inspect this again. I'll copy this part and paste it here and say dot. This is actual one. Dot get DOM attribute. Instead of get attribute, we have to now use get DOM attribute, which is in the latest version of Selenium. We have to use that. And here we have to give the value attribute value. Okay. We have to retrieve the value attributes value. Here also the same thing. In this value attribute value, we have to retrieve this with spaces if it comes, and you are expecting something like this. Assert dot assert equals, it should be equal to what? Here it should be last name dot trimmed last name should be there. Okay, expected thing is last name dot trimmed. Using the string predefined method, we are trimming. But here with the trimming, it is coming or not, we have to see. If this particular thing is coming with spaces, means this will fail. Definitely it is going to fail. Similarly, inspect this email. Email also the same thing. Copy this ID and simply write down string actual email is equal to driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator and say dot put a dot what is the one, get DOM attribute, and here again give the same thing, that is value attribute. Here also same thing, it will be same thing almost. So here if you see in the value only this is there, but trimmed, it got trimmed actually. Okay, it got trimmed. So I'll write down here assert equals here email text dot trim, and here actual email. This will pass, this particular thing will pass, but here some assertion is there, means other assertions will not be verified because the test will stop here itself, because one of the assertion is failing, means remaining assertions will not be verified. Okay, or you can make this as soft assertions or something. If you still want to verify everything, you have to make them as soft assertions. We'll see that. Okay, we'll try to see that soft assertions thing also. Then what else is there? Inspect this telephone field, copy this ID, and here write down driver.find element by.id, provide the ID locator, and say dot get attribute, and here write down value attribute, copy this value, and put a semicolon here, and here write string actual telephone is equal to, okay, get DOM attribute, right? Get DOM attribute. You see strike mark was coming earlier. Okay, we should not have used the striked one. Okay, because it got deprecated. So here we have to use the latest methods. So assert actual telephone, and here telephone dot trim. Okay, it should match with the telephone dot trim if it is working fine. Now run the script to see what is happening. The test will definitely fail, guys, because the first name, last name, and telephone are not getting trimmed. The test will definitely fail. Okay, the test is going to definitely fail. I'll run the script, right click run as SSNG test to see how it's going on. Okay. Is the browser closing? No. If the particular test fails, the browser is not closing. So here the test got failed. Only first one will show Arun, spaces Arun is coming, leading and trailing spaces are coming. So it's a defect. Okay, there is a defect and there is a problem in the application. But I want all the assertions to be verified, but it's stopping here because one of the assertion is failing. To overcome that, we can do one thing, that is soft assert. We can use testng soft assert. Soft assert is equal to new soft assert. I'll write, and here import this from testng library. And here take this soft asset object reference, and in place of the asset dot asset equals, you write soft asset. Wherever you are using asset, write soft asset. In the final one, you can use asset. That's okay. Then finally, before quitting, you have to say asset dot asset. There was something guys. Okay. Uh, Soft asset dot asset all. Okay. We have to say asset all. And here I'll take this to the public void tear down method. I'll take it. Here I'll write down at the rate after method. Okay, over the mouse, import it and simply say driver.quit here. And here I'll take this outside, put a semicolon and remove the double declaration so that no problems will come. Now let's run the script to see whether how it is failing or what, how many assertions are failing. Let's try to see what is happening. Let's see. If not happening, we'll modify the script accordingly. Okay. The failures are there. Here you see lot of exceptions may be there here. They will be coming here. Expected telephone number but found true. How to report all the assertions here? Ah, yeah, fine. We'll use soft assertion only here also. At the end, we have to use, yeah, that's okay. Let's try that out. Let's try that out, see to see what is happening there. Arun, you see all these assertions, which whatever the assertions that are failing are coming here, right? And the test got failed also. The test got failed also. When you use soft assertions, the script will continue. Okay, it will keep checking the remaining assertions also. Okay, Arun, but found this motory, but this is coming telephone number, but email is working fine. That means okay. So different type of assertions. Three assertions got failed, guys. The following asserts failed. It's giving with the help of soft asserts we can get that. So everyone clear? Everyone clear? How to see whether the leading and trailing spaces are getting trimmed or not is clear for everyone. How to see whether the leading and trailing spaces are getting trimmed or not is clear. In this session, we were using soft assertions.
So, sir, so if
Yes.
the trimmed ones and the actual ones will not match, means the error will come, sir.
Yes, assertion is being reported, right? This assertion will come. Assertion error will come.
That means our test case is pass or fail. Like that.
Failed.
Fail.
You can see that, right? It's
Yeah.
failed. If you use hard assertions, only one assertion will be verified. If you use soft assertions, multiple assertions will be verified, and you will see throughout the script which things are failing the test. You will understand. Okay. If multiple assertions are failing, you have to use soft assertion better. Okay.
And we can report to developers, sir. Like that. So
Yes,
if there
after
is an
this,
issue, we can report to
if your
developers.
script fails and you go through this thing, and then if you find this kind of problems, the
Hello.
tests are failing because of these assertions, then you have to do it manually once again. And if the defect really exists, you have to report the defect to the developer and get it fixed. Got it?
Morning.
Hello?
Good morning,
Yes.
Arun. This is Karthik here.
Yes, Karthik.
So,
Yes, Karthik.
I have one quick question. That is, you said the trim is only for starting and ending, like a space trimming,
Yes.
right?
In between spaces will not be considered as leading or trailing. Okay. Whatever the
Okay.
spaces that is coming before the text is called as leading space. Whatever the spaces that are coming after the text is called as trailing space. In between text
So,
cannot be considered as leading or trailing. Okay, that will not get trimmed.
okay. So in between, that means inside the in the
Hmm.
middle of the like string, if there is a space,
The
we can't.
text, yes, that will not be considered as leading or trailing. That is normal
Okay.
space only.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So when you say trim means only leading and trailing spaces will get trimmed. Okay. Not in
Okay.
between spaces. Fine. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
Yeah, hi,
Something new?
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We,
Yes.
yeah, we are passing the string with the trim method. Then again, it is with like coming with the space.
This one. Yes. Here we are passing the text with spaces, leading and
Yeah,
trailing spaces into the fields. Okay. But what we are expecting, the application should automatically trim them. We are expecting. But
okay,
is that really trimming or not? Here we are verifying. Okay. See, actual first name. Okay, actual first name you are retrieving from the after creating the account. When you go to the edit your account information page, right? In the application should automatically trim, and that actual first name should not contain leading and trailing spaces. But if it contains, then it should fail the test, right? So
okay.
here,
So, yeah.
whatever the first name we are entering, I'm trimming and comparing here. That's the reason. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, but
So
it is
actual
like
first name should not contain the leading and trailing spaces. Leading and trailing spaces should be automatically trimmed by the application.
okay, okay, got
But
it.
here, the expected one, we are manually doing it using that one of the trim method of the string class, okay, in Java. Okay. So this is expected thing. But actual one should automatically get trimmed, but that's not happening because of the test is getting failed.
Yeah, my second question is like get DOM attribute and get DOM property. What is the difference between now? Just
Get DOM
explain that.
attribute will give you the the initial state of the application. Get DOM property can get you the latest state of the application. That means what does it mean is, for example, if you try that on this application, let's say omai.blogspot.com, by default here, what text is there? Preloaded text, what is coming?
Selenium WebDriver.
Selenium, okay. If you use get DOM attribute, you will get Selenium WebDriver, okay, initially also. But if I change this to Arun Motori, okay, and now if I use get DOM attribute, which value you think will get retrieved? Get DOM attribute?
Selenium WebDriver only.
Yes, Selenium WebDriver, the original state of the this field, whatever that preloaded text was there, right? That will come with get DOM attribute. But with get DOM property, which will come? The latest state of the thing, that is Arun Motor will come. Got it?
Okay, yeah.
That's the difference. I created one video, guys. Okay, if you really want to know, this is a very new thing. Okay, just created one video here. Let me go to my YouTube channel once. Recently uploaded that. Just give me a second. And okay, where is that video? Videos, just go to the videos in here and you will see somewhere here. You see, this is the one. Selenium 4.27.0 update. Get attribute got deprecated and its alternatives. That is get DOM property and get DOM attribute and get DOM properties. What is the difference and all? Everything is covered here in the 16 minutes. You can watch that video once. Okay. Fine, guys. This video you can watch from my channel. You'll
Okay.
get all the details, but whatever I explained is also fine. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear with this? This is a new thing that you just need to go and watch the video. You'll understand everything. Okay. I made it very simple in that video. You can watch that. You can try that in this field and see what is happening so that you can really understand with practical demonstration what exactly is happening. Okay. So with this note, guys, we have successfully automated another test case, that is the 19th test case in this session. Okay, which is actually failing. Okay, we also have used soft assertions here in place of the hard assertions to report all the issues that are happening, whatever the fields that are not getting trimmed, to report everything as part of the failures in the results. We are doing that. So tomorrow we are going to have this next test case getting automated. Okay, which is a simple one. If it is simple, we'll automate multiple test cases. That's fine. Okay. So, and after 27 test cases are completed, we'll implement the framework concepts and convert everything into a framework. And then so that we can easily automate the next test cases under the other functionalities of the application. Okay. But till 27, we'll go this way only. We'll try to focus on challenges only. Okay. We'll try to automate the challenges in the different test case of the application. So guys, if it is clear, just type C in the chat box. If you have any questions, the final call, you can ask me the questions. Or if it is clear, just type C in the chat box. Okay. Just want to know like how many people have understood or not. Okay. Today's session. If you feel that you need practice, you just type P also. Yeah. Soft assertion means, Pranav, you see, you are just simply creating an object instead of using the assert predefined class from TestNG library. You are creating an object for soft assert. And the only difference between hard assertion and soft assertion is that even after one of the assertion fails, the test will not stop in this line. It will continue with the soft assertion. If this is assert equals, if this assertion fails, these lines will not get executed. That's the only difference. And at the end, once all the soft assertions are verified, you have to simply say soft assert all. So all the assertions will be reported in the output as a failure here. Okay, you'll get all these messages when you say assert all. Clear, Pranav? Okay, welcome. Okay.
Hello.
So yes.
Yeah, so can you explain the use cases of soft assertions and hard assertions,
You see,
where to
when we
use?
have to use soft assertion is like, if you see, for small things, if you don't want to, you see, if the test is failing for a major reason, okay, then we have to
Hmm.
use hard assertion. You don't have to proceed further. In such kind of cases, most of the cases we use hard assertions. Whenever it is needed, we'll go for the soft assertions. Okay. For example, there is an automation script where in that you are verifying the title of the page, and at the end you are checking whether you are getting logged in or not. Which one is important? Verifying the title is
Logged
important,
in.
or logging into the application verification is important in this two
Logging
verification.
is more important
Logging
actually.
is important.
Yeah.
But just because, the title of the page is not coming properly, but user is getting logged in, okay, in that case, if the test stops running in that first assertion statement where title is not matching, do you think the test should stop there? In that case, for small
Mm,
verification like title, it
No,
should
no. In
report.
that case,
It should fail
yeah.
the test. Should fail the test. But ultimately, it need to verify that the user got logged in or not, right? So in
Mm.
that example, you have to use soft assertion. Okay. In another example where you need to log in and you need to search for the product. First, you need to verify whether the user got logged in, and second thing you have to verify is whether user is able to search for the user search product is coming in the search results or not. Two verifications are there. These two are important. In this, one of the assertion fails. Do you have to stop the test there itself or not? Can you verify the search without logging in?
No.
Example, in that the test case is all about login and search, but the login itself is not happening. So do you have to continue the script without logging in? In that case, no. So there we have to use hard assertion or soft assertion in that case for both the verifications. Hard assertion. Clear now? Is that clear now?
Yeah. Yeah, now clear. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It depends on situation, how you want to, if you want to continue the script in that situation, you have to use soft assertion. If you don't want to continue, it's very important test check as per the test case, then you have to use hard assertion. Simple. Okay. So the test need to fail in the line where exactly the verification is failing. You don't have to proceed further. Depending on the situations, you have to use soft or hard. Today, based on our situation, we had to use soft assertion because I need to verify all the assertions in my test case. Okay. I need to verify all the assertions, irrespective of whether they pass or fail. I just want to verify them. I don't want to stop them. So I did that. Okay. Fine. So guys, that's all. I'll upload the code here. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
So actually, I am using a local link of database. So I
Mhm.
have local. So in that case, I am unable to run my test case. It is giving some error. So can you run a local database test cases in database testing?
Yeah, in database testing, generally we don't do local setup. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I mention the local setup is that, because I don't have the access to the public application database. Okay. That's the only reason we went to the local thing. You don't have to set up any local thing in your real time because the client will give you the access of the database. Okay. Using the details, you can connect and then do it.
So what changes we should have to do in that case? Like code will be same, or we have to do any some
Code will be
changes in
same.
that
Code
code?
will be same. Just yeah, instead of that local host and all, the URL is there, right? The client URL will be there. Okay, a proper URL to connect to the database will be there that you have to provide there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's the only thing. In real time, the real application will have the real database, right? But here I cannot demonstrate with the real application with the real database because I cannot simulate that. So what I did is like, I created a replica in my machine and then converted my machine into server and created an environment which looks like that. That access I have because I am the owner of the application, but some other person is hosting the application. How can I get the access to the database? I cannot hack that application, right? To get the database access. So I cannot demonstrate that. That's the reason I demonstrated in my machine by setting up local, but you don't have to do in real time. In real time, the client will give you the details. You need to ask the client that we need to perform database testing. We need to have access to the database. You give all the database access details. The client will give you, and the script will be same. Okay. Just in place of that URL, the client given access details you need to provide username, password, URL, and all the stuff. Okay. Clear?
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
Okay. Okay. I am uploading the code, guys. I'm uploading the code. Done. And then I'll just go here and simply write down GitHub Arun Motori like this. Okay, if you want to get the code, just have to do like this and go to this link, first link, and just go to the repositories and search for live. Once you search for live implementation project one, you click on, go to SRC, and in the SRC, go to register. Under the register, today's test case is here. I'll also provide the link, direct link here in the WhatsApp group. You can take it from there. Okay, today's code. Today's code. So guys, with this, we are done with today's session. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time where we'll go and automate the next test case. Okay, of the register account functionality, the test case number 20 we'll automate tomorrow. Till then, see you. Bye bye everyone. See you. Yeah, welcome guys. Bye.